Hey, it's Megan with Yes God Wellness back with another video. And today I want to do something a little bit different. I want to actually give you a tool that has helped me, that has helped my clients. It's an amazing book called The Four Agreements that has changed my whole perspective on life. And it's a book by Don Miguel Ruiz, who is a Mexican author. It's really meant to be a guide to personal happiness and freedom. If you can open your mind to understand and implement the things that he talks about, I can guarantee you that your life will improve drastically. Yes, God. So the four agreements are: be impeccable with your word, don't take anything personally, don't make assumptions, and always do your best. And I'm going to break those down just a little bit because on the surface it sounds like, okay, yeah, I'm going to always do my best. I'm not going to take things personal. But there is a science behind it, and it's really powerful and profound. Being impeccable with your word is not only the words that you're speaking out of your mouth. Being impeccable with the words that you say inside of your head, the silent dialogue, the inner dialogue that you have with yourself on a day-to-day basis. Whether you're cussing somebody out in a line at the grocery store, whether you're cussing yourself out because you haven't accomplished a goal or you haven't done something, you feel like you're procrastinating, you're telling yourself things that are causing you to have low confidence. Being impeccable with your word really requires you to pay attention to that dialogue and make sure that it's not pulling you down, it's not making you feel bad, and it's also not causing you to be harmful or abusive towards yourself or others. You want to make sure that you're speaking with integrity about yourself and other people, that you're seeing the best in people. Even though people may do things and say things and behave in ways that make you angry and piss you off and frustrate you, still be willing to see the best in them. Be willing to see those things in yourself. Be willing to speak truthfully about yourself and others. A lot of times, if we pay attention to our complaints, they're really based in opinion and subjective experiences, and they don't really take the whole person or situation into account. The second agreement, don't take anything personally. This one is hard. This one is really hard because as human beings, we tend to just take things personally. That's just how we are. This agreement really encourages us to detach from other people's opinions and understand. This is the part that really changed my life. Understand that everyone is always projecting, no matter what, whether it's you, whether it's me, whether it's the man on the street, whether it's the lady in the gym, whether it's the person on social media talking crazy, whoever it is, they are always projecting an image of themselves onto the world. I used to have this issue in relationships because I am a very kind-hearted, loving, generous person, and I used to project that onto other people, and I used to feel like, oh, they would never do that to me. Oh, they would never. I always projected and assumed that people were like me. But I had to learn, and life and experience had to teach me that everyone is not like me. People are their own selves, and I have to understand that when someone shows me who they are, it's important for me to believe them. And it's also important for me not to take who they are personally, because that is an expression of their inner dialogue. It's super important not to take things personally or allow other people to define your self-worth. Know that anything that's coming from outside of you is a projection of the place where it's coming from, which is why, again, going back to being impeccable with your word, the first agreement is so important because your word is what you're projecting out into the world. So you want to make sure that that is impeccable, that that is of good and moral character, that that is of right standing. Yes, God. The third agreement is do not make assumptions. This agreement encourages us not to make assumptions about other people's thoughts, feelings, or actions. Instead, ask for clarity, listen to understand, not to respond. Use compassion when you are interacting and hearing and receiving other people's words, thoughts, and deeds. Try to put yourself in their place and be merciful. Know that people have gone through stuff. We've all gone through trauma. Anyone who is walking this earth right now has gone through trauma, okay? The very act of squeezing through 10 centimeters to get here, or being cut open and pulled out by a doctor, either way, however we got here on this earth, we experienced trauma in that process. And we have experienced trauma up until this moment right now. So, being compassionate about that, understanding that we all have pain, we all have things that we're dealing with, and not to make assumptions about people and not to think that you know everything. That is truly, truly a game changer. The fourth and final agreement is to always do your best. Most of these agreements really infuse compassion in them. This agreement encourages you to do your best no matter what, but also have compassion with yourself. Don't be a perfectionist. Don't be overly critical of yourself. When you truly do your best, you're able to live with no regrets and feel proud of your efforts. So, as you can see, this book encourages you to take responsibility, take accountability, and take ownership of your life and understand that you are the only one that you control. You cannot control anyone else in the world. You can't control what people do, you can't control what they say, you can't control how they behave, but you can control being impeccable with your word throughout the process of experiencing other people and experiencing relationships. This book really helped me find inner peace with myself, and it really allowed me to just let a lot of things go. When I learned how to stop taking things personally, babe, that was a game changer because it really just freed me up. It allowed me to say, you know what? That's your issue. And likewise, I had to do a lot of work on being impeccable with my word. The first time that I really noticed myself and my word and my inner dialogue, I was in a hot yoga class, I was in a Bikram class, and I was cursing myself out. I mean, I was going in, I was calling myself fat and stupid and dumb and lazy and this and that. I mean, and I really had to take a step back like, why are you talking to yourself like that? Like, if you were talking to somebody in the street like that, like, those is fighting words. You know what I'm saying? So, really, really taking the time to pay attention and watch yourself. I did a video yesterday on self awareness. Go check that out. Stopping and watching yourself is a game changer because it puts you in a position to be able to really implement these four agreements in a way that is going to allow you to go through life without as much suffering. Because whether we know it or not, whether we believe it or not, suffering is a choice. Mental suffering is a choice. Whether we get great news or whether we get devastating news, our perspective and the way that we look at it really shapes how much and how long we're going to suffer. So, anyways, I just wanted to share that resource with you. I hope that's helpful. If you've read the book, let me know in the comments what your favorite part of the book was and also what part of your life has changed by implementing these agreements. If you haven't read the book, let me know if you plan on doing it. I hope you're having an amazing day. I hope that you are filling yourself with good thoughts and being mindful of how you're speaking to yourself, being mindful of how you're speaking to others, not taking things personally, doing your best, and practicing compassion with yourself and others. I love you. Until the next time, make sure you share this video with someone if you think they can find it useful, and also like and subscribe if you want to see more content. Talk to you soon. Bye.